Here's how I've increased our SEO traffic by 305% in just 42 days. So you can see the traffic started at 419 over here, and that's all the way up at 1,712 traffic per day just from SEO traffic, right? And this is all AI content. So today I'll show you the new systems and the new processes I've implemented this week to get even better results, including tips on increasing your profits, productivity, and hiring. And you can see this is a 4x increase in just 42 days. It is insane. I've not really seen many people get results like that. And as a percentage, it's a 308% increase actually. My maths is not that good. So I've actually set up multiple sites using the same processes. They're all getting very similar results. It's a tried, tested system I'm going to show you today. And the difference with AI is that you don't need to invest money into content. It's very easy to scale and it's not time consuming at all. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing that we've done is just hire tons and tons of VAs for this job. So you can put a job ad out on Upwork, you can hire people within 24 hours, and we just kept posting that job every single day. And the beauty of this is with the SOPs that I'm going to show you today, it's very easy to train someone in one day. Even if we took 50 or 100 new people on, there wouldn't really be any issues with scaling, which is crazy. And some of them have created like 50 articles in one day. Basically with ChatGPT and AI, you can take someone and make them superhuman. So what we've done is we've taken the videos, you can take them from YouTube if you want to train people, and just take these videos, give them to the VAs, and then they can figure that out and take that process. And then we put it all into step-by-step instructions, and that's how we train so many people. It doesn't cost me any extra time, which means higher leverage. And building out SOPs like this is so crucial. Because first of all, as your website grows and the content workload increases, which it will if you're using AI, right? Then you can't do everything by yourself. So you need a team of experts to help you create high quality content consistently. Secondly, a team of people with different skills and perspectives can help you improve your own processes. And by hiring a team, you can basically take on more work, grow more websites, and you don't need to sacrifice quality or burning out yourself. Now, the good thing is, once you've set this system up once, you can just rinse and repeat and hire as many VAs as possible. And I would recommend hiring a lot because some VAs are going to cancel the contract, some aren't going to make the cut, some aren't going to produce the quality that you need. So even if you keep 80% of the people that you hire for this job and then you train them, you're just going to have an army of people and you can create as much content and get as much SEO traffic as you want. And you can see with all this content up here that's to be approved by myself, I've bookmarked it all, it's just endless. We've got more content than we can actually approve right now, which means more traffic, more SEO results, and more money for the site. Now, one thing I would say when you're hiring people to do this job, you don't actually need them to have SEO experience because I don't think you need an SEO wizard to create content with you, especially with AI. I don't even think your VAs need to be native English speakers because if you have a great system, you don't need people with 10 years of experience to get these types of results. So your system runs your business and your people run your systems, and that's how everything grows and scales without you stressing out or burning out along the way. And when you hire people for your team, they learn a new skill because they've not really done SEO before, and they get a chance to earn more money than they normally would. But the other cool thing is that you get tons of high quality content at a profitable price, and you can hire within 24 hours. Bear in mind, right, when we're hiring for our link building agency and we're taking on people who are client facing, that can take weeks, if not months, to find the right people because it's a much harder hire. Whereas with Upwork, you've already got VAs ready to go. They already work online. They can already follow instructions and they're smart. So you just need to give them the system and they're ready to go from day one. And that's the difference between client work and service. And that's such a powerful asset for you, especially because these platforms like Upwork, you can just go straight on there and hire. Nice and easy. Then you just build a checklist out, people follow the checklist, nice and easy. You have the SOPs, you can take on as many people as you want, build as many websites as you want. Now, if you look at a company like McDonald's, right, and this is a film about the founder of McDonald's, amazing film, but if you look at them, they don't produce like the best burgers in the world, but they've made more money in the restaurant business than anyone else. Why? Because they have great systems. So what we're constantly doing is for every single part of my business, whether it's the agency, whether it's the SEO websites, we're building out all the systems, as you can see, with SOPs for each part of the business. So it's very easy to just hire people and train people in a matter of days. And you should do exactly the same. Now, whenever we get questions on how to use something or how to do something, for example, like this, how do you build internal links? That's a question I got all the time from the team I was hiring. I would just record a quick video like this once it loads that shows people exactly how to do that process. And rather than explaining it to someone on a phone call, which would take ages and you have to do it about 100 times if you've got lots of VAs, you can just create a quick video like that, This is a free plugin. You could use Loom as well if you wanted to. And then every time you get a question, you put it in your FAQ section of your SOP, and there you go. And now the whole process gets smoother. So when you hire, when you bring more people on, when they create content, when you create content yourself, you know exactly the process for each thing. And this is how you get results with SEO, right? So you take a system, it's not going to be perfect first time round, but then you tweak it and you improve it 1% every single day. And these simple decisions you make every week, for example, like adding internal link videos to your SOP, add up to better productivity and more results. Whereas if you just let your team do what they want, with no SOPs, no processes, then the quality of your content goes down, your results go down. I've learned that the hard way, I've done other videos about it, but that basically shows you this is the difference. Now, when you're doing all of that, when you're hiring people, you have to make sure it's profitable from the first minute you do it. Now, here's the difference between traditional SEO sites and AI content sites. When you do an AI content site, you can be profitable extremely quickly because the content is so cheap to produce and you don't need to pay for any tools. ChatGPT is free. Plus, all the information you need to know how to rank is already out there on the first page of Google. You just need to check your competitors' pages. And this is what I think gives you a competitive advantage with AI content. So normally if you're hiring like a decent human writer, it's going to cost you about $100 to create that content. And then every single piece of content that you produce has to make more than $100. Now here's the competitive advantage you get with AI content, and it's crazy when you put it on paper, because the cost of human written content versus AI content is huge. Normally you would pay around $100 per article if you want like a 1,500 word or 2,000 word article written by a decent human SEO writer. But if you did AI SEO, it's only going to cost you $1.50 per article, which is extremely cheap. Now, obviously there's risks long term, so you have to be aware of that and you have to make a choice. But just for the sake of comparison, let's look at this table. So let's say you've got a website making $1,000 a month, whether it's AI, human. Well, just to break even, if all your content is going to be written by humans, you can only produce 10 articles per month to break even, not even to make a profit from a $12,000 a year website. Now, if you use AI content, well, the difference is very extreme, because now you can produce about 670 articles per month based on earning $1,000 and spending $1.50 per article, which is insane, because if you compound that over a year, well, all of a sudden, with human written content, you can only produce 120 articles per year. With an AI site, you can publish 8,000 articles. Now, my maths is not the best in the world, but that's pretty much how it works out. And now you have to think which site is going to get more traffic, more rankings, going to get more topical authority, and which site will attract more backlinks naturally. Obviously, it's going to be the AI site, because as you can see, this content ranks. It does get traffic, it does get traction and love from Google. And as you can see, it's compounding every single day in terms of the compound effects. Even if only 3 of your articles rank, you're still going to get 10 times better results with AI content. As I said, there's risks, and that's down to you. That's your responsibility to figure out. But at the same time, the economics of this are insane when you actually compare AI versus human written content. Bear in mind, with this model, there's no cost of the tools. You don't really pay for ChatGPT. It's a free SEO content. If you want to do some research with, say, Harper, that's a free plugin you can use too. Whereas if you use human written content, you might have to pay for Grammarly, or you might have to pay for a plagiarism checker, or you might have to pay some sort of outline process. You're going to have to find some keywords without AI, which makes all of this more expensive. Crazy. This is why the system that we're building here, and I've shown you in all of my YouTube videos, is just so powerful. And bear in mind, for the VA, they get paid $1.50, but actually it only takes them 15 minutes to create that article. So they're getting paid $6 per hour, which is more than the hourly rate of most of the VAs I'm hiring, which is normally like $3 an hour. So as you can see, this is not just about building up the traffic from the site, but it's also about making it profitable, increasing your earnings, and scaling it in a way that just makes economic sense as a business. And one of the things I love about the team that we're hiring is that they're actually really focused on accountability, which I think makes all the difference when it comes to building out your team. So you can see that this VA, for example, who's doing an amazing job, is posting like the top positions on the SERPs by checking their own rankings and making sure they're accountable and checking, okay, is what I'm doing working? And if it is, then I'll keep doing that, or I'll figure out what went well this time so that I can keep improving part of the process. That is awesome. That's exactly what you want. A players like to get A grades. So if you're hiring people and they're reporting on their own success, that's awesome. And then you just keep hiring more people like that. And then on our checklist, we can easily see if someone's not filled in what they need to be, for example, like this, then we can go back and easily say, I really love the work you've done. You just need to make sure the Yoast score is green on WordPress, and then we're good to go. We'll get it published. So quality control and managing a team of a lot of people is just so easy. Now, there's one tool that's made all of this process so much easier, because when you're publishing a lot of content, you've got to come up with the meta descriptions, the meta keywords, the SEO titles, and it can be a total nightmare. What you can actually do is install this Chrome extension. It is insanely good for SEO. It's free to use. You can just set it up. And I've done a full tutorial on it here, but I'll show you what I've implemented that's new this week. So if we take this particular keyword and we go on to Harper, which just shows up in the bottom here, I'm going to show you how to create titles in the space of a minute. So what I do is I take the page text and then I say, give me an SEO title based on the titles on this page. And what it does is it grabs all the SEO titles on this page, on the first page of Google, so you know that's working. And then it gives me a recommendation that I can plug into my article like this, which saves me all that mental energy of coming up with a title, or if you're training VAs to do it, they can very easily do it. You know it's relevant to the search intent because it's based on everyone else's article. And just publishing and editing content becomes 10 times faster. And you could do this for outlines, meta descriptions, whatever you want to use it for. It just speeds up the editing and the content production process way faster. Now, one other thing I've noticed with creating content is that most of our articles that rank really well and get a lot of traffic. As you can see, these are the top ranking pages from our AI website, so we're getting the most traffic from them. And you can see they're all informational related content. Now, we've monetized our content with ads, so we can very easily do this. And here's the difference between money pages and informational content. Informational content, particularly with AI, just seems to be way easier to rank. Plus, because you're creating tons of informational content, you're more likely to attract backlinks naturally. And not just that, but when Google crawls your site, it's not going to see tons of affiliate links outbound from your site, which looks better to Google, right? If it's going through your site and it sees that your site is just full of affiliate links, that's not great. But if all your content is informational and it's just designed to help the reader, that builds up your authority. And not just that, but as you can see, the keyword difficulty for informational content is pretty low. You've got way more opportunities. Most people don't want to rank for these informational terms because they don't monetize with ads, which is an opportunity for you if you're creating AI content. So we've just doubled down on this hard. Like, we've published tons of content with informational stuff. And also when you're doing the keyword research, it's far easier to find informational content. So whether you're using Ahrefs or whatever tool you like to use, where you type in your topic, obviously it's going to be too hard to go for your main topic. But if you go into questions, there's just an endless number of keywords you could rank for very easily that drive traffic and drive monetization with ads. And as you can see, the KD down here, the keyword difficulty score, is pretty low, right? It's rare to see one that's above 50 or above 40. Most of the terms are going to be 20 or less. Now, as you publish more of those, you're going to get more backlinks naturally, you're going to build more topical authority, and that just makes it easier to rank for everything else. So this compounds and it creates this ecosystem of having a ton of writers, great systems, informational content that ranks, AI tools to help you scale it all up, and it's just insane. All of these four things work together to create a huge compound effect that just helps you rank your site and get more traffic and more money. Now, one of the cool things about this is that you can focus on action-related goals to grow your site rather than results-related goals, which may be less attainable. So you can basically look at this as inputs and outputs. For example, if you say, I'm going to publish 75 articles per week with AI, the output is going to be more traffic. As you can see, it's 4x my site. It might do even more for your site. It might do less. But either way, you are going to grow, inevitably, if that content quality is good. Or you can say, I'm going to train 5 VAs this week and assign them 5 articles each. And the output will be more content, which leads to more traffic for your site. So rather than having this 12-week goal of trying to reach $2,000 or $3,000 per month, which you can't really control and makes you feel powerless, you can say, right, this month I'm going to publish 75 articles. That's going to get me more traffic. This month I'm going to train 5 VAs and assign them 5 articles each. Or this month I'm going to build 5 backlinks, and that'll get me more authority, which means more traffic. Inputs and outputs. Simple. Now, one thing that Google has on their site is page experience, right? So Google basically analyzes how people interact with your site, what the page experience is like for the reader, and if it's good, your rankings will go up. If it's bad, your rankings will go down, because if people stay longer on the page, we get lower bounce rates, and that means more money from our ads or however you monetize your site, and our rankings go up because Google sees people like our website. They're engaging with that content. And improving all of this leads to more money for your site and compounds on each other. So how can you do this? I'm going to show you 3 quick hacks. The first one that we have is installing NitroPack to our site. It's just like a plugin. You can quickly automate all of your content to load quicker. And therefore, if it loads quicker, people stay on our page longer, we get better rankings, and all our on-page metrics go up. Now, another really easy hack to improve your on-page metrics of SEO is to create an interesting introduction. And if you look at 99% of content, it doesn't have an introduction that people want to keep reading down on. If people don't want to keep reading after your introduction, you've lost them, and then all that time you've invested into getting better SEO rankings is totally wasted. So here's a prompt that I use on ChatGPT, all my VAs use it, to create an intro, and basically they change the keyword here, they change the keyword there, and they change the keyword there. And basically what this does is creates a fun, engaging introduction that's different to 99% of websites and makes people want to keep reading. Plus, it's really short, like 40 words. We get straight to the point, no BS, just like my YouTube videos. And there we go. Now, one other new system that I've implemented this week, and this will improve your productivity so that you can scale faster, is just batching the content. So I'm not going to spend 20 minutes here and 30 minutes there editing my content and then publishing it to the site, because that would waste my time, my energy, and it would take me away from the tasks that matter most during the week. So what I do instead is I assign 1 day per week to approve all the content. You can see I've got loads of content to approve today. And that means I can publish like 100 articles in a couple of hours, rather than spending a little bit here, a little bit there, and spending like 5 hours a week trying to create content in different batches. It's way faster. It's not a lot of fun. You got to drink coffee to stay focused, but it helps. And pretty soon we'll hire an editor to publish the content for me, and that'll be a whole new system that I'll show you on YouTube that will save me a decent amount of time each week. Now, the final system that I've implemented this week is to block out the noise and stop my team getting distracted from creating content. So there are so many tools you can use for AI. You can see I pretty much every single day review a new, whether it's SurgeGraph or Harper or whatever. Yes, this is interesting to me, and yes, I create a lot of videos on it. But when it comes to my team, all they need to be doing is producing content and producing it at scale. And there's only 2 things that we need to do each week for this site, right? Build backlinks and publish content. Nothing else matters. So if you follow this philosophy, everything becomes easier and simpler. You save a lot of time, and you just stay way more focused on improving your results with SEO, which at the end of the day is what matters. And if you're not careful, you'll spend more time testing tools than actually creating content. And that's when you stop getting results. So don't let that happen to you. Now, there's a quote that I really love by Steve Jobs that talks about focus. And he says, people think it's saying yes to everything you've got to focus on. But actually, it's not. It's about saying no to all the other tools, all the other processes, all the other cool ideas there, and just focusing very carefully. Now, I'm not Steve Jobs. I can't pull off the roll neck like him. But what I'm saying here is that if you want to get better results with SEO, if you want to scale your traffic, just focus on creating content and building backlinks. It's only 2 things, and that's all you need to do. And the question that I get all the time is, do I use AI detection tools? No, I don't, because it's going to slow me down on the process. It's going to slow my whole team down, which means less content per week, less results. And let's be honest, what works today with avoiding AI detection probably won't work tomorrow, because what was working in January doesn't work today. And I would say the main use case of tools like Originality are for clients who are paying for content but aren't sure whether they're getting human written or AI content, and they can just quickly check with this. So thanks very much for watching. You now know how to scale your SEO, get better results, be productive along the way, hire a team, increase your profits by a drastic amount. If you want more tips like this, check out my ChatGPT SEO course. It's free, it's in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section as well. And thanks very much for watching.